Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to a different opinion. So we're looking at a couple of things today, especially when it comes to cobalt. So if you don't know what cobalt is, it is a mineral that is mined in Africa predominantly. I mean, it is available in certain countries like America, in Utah and everything like that. But obviously to produce and mine for this, you'd have to pay too much money. So where did they go? They go to the Congo, where they predominantly have these massive mines, all right? So there's a couple of videos I want to show you on this. This one, I can't actually play the sound because unfortunately it is copyrighted. So it's a 58-second video and it's actually heartbreaking. Look at this video. You can see what these little kids have to go through on a day-to-day basis just to make some money for the family, right? And this happens all over Africa, right? Like this is just one thing that they're mining, cobalt. Obviously it's in massive need because for all your phones, for all these intense lithium batteries that we make for smartphones, laptops, etc., it needs a certain part of cobalt. I believe it's lithium cobalt. These massive companies have put a lot of money into this, and unfortunately these people get paid not nearly enough money at all, not even enough to probably provide for a family, and they're doing 14-hour days, these kids. So have a watch. There is no sound to it, but I'll kind of try to comment to you just to kind of what's happening if you are not watching the screen. But if you do have a spare minute, please do watch this video. It's very sad, all right? There's nothing graphic about it, but it just shows this kid working in some of the worst conditions available. I mean, if you come to mines here in Australia, you know, people have to pass 20 different certificates just to be able to work there, safety ones, all these different type of things. Then you need a certain certificate to say, oh, I can work underground. I need a certificate so you can lift this. All these crazy amount of certificates, and they get absolutely nothing, and they get paid absolutely nothing. It's sad. So you can see the kid here being kind of pushed around by the adults to say, come here, grab that bag. So he's filling the bag here, and he was just about to hit the kid because he looked around, right? He wasn't holding the bag right. So they earn less than $2 a day, which is absolutely sad. It has the largest cobalt deposits in the world. So this is the Dominican Republic of Congo. The mineral powers the smartphone batteries as well as laptops, electric vehicles. I'll run through everything it does power. Yeah, but just to see these kids, no shoes on, you know, wet, digging through rocks and unsafe conditions, probably malnourished as well, not getting enough food. Yeah. So hashtag no Congo, no phone to raise awareness, they say. So if you do have a post or anything, do post that as well on X and Twitter or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it just shows how sad it is, right? Like for what it is now. It just absolutely, yeah, infuriates me, sickens me, pisses me off that in this day and age, there are still child work going on around the world, being paid no money for it, forcing these kids to work. Slavery still happening as well, because I bet you a lot of these people are also slaves to certain people as well. I just want to know, where are all these people that are constantly saying, oh, you know, let's stop oil. Let's worry about where are all these people that are constantly virtue signaling, right? All these actors, all the kind of famous people on TV, where are they talking about this? You know, for example, with Leonardo DiCaprio, when he won an award and he's talking about, oh, the climate, oh, the climate this, the climate that. Why not raise awareness for this, right? Why not raise awareness for all these kids in Africa, all these kids in Asia that are doing child work, probably not even being paid in reality. The people are probably there, they just take their money. As you could see with that kid, when he just even looked the wrong way for a couple seconds, or not even a couple seconds, just a second, the guy nearly came over and hit him. Where's the awareness for that? Where are all these rich people talking about that? That's what I want to know. Where is it on the news? Why is it not on any of the mainstream news? That is what I want to know. As you can see, some comments here from Tara. This is beyond heartbreaking. Say, I'll never look at my phone the same way again. This is the goodness of EW owners. No, Dr. Anastasia. Unfortunately, nothing will change. All right. You might say, I'll look at my phone different. You won't. All right. All these people that say, oh, I'll do this now. You won't. Unfortunately, this is a part of life. The only way to fix this is to get people in Africa better governments who can run their countries and give them better paying jobs, more jobs, and food. That is how you fix it. You don't fix it by bringing mines into the countries. You fix it by paying them a normal wage, getting your economies better, and giving them opportunities to be able to provide for themselves and their families. That is the only way you fix it. I'm sorry. So they say here, so in the Dominican Republic, the Congo, some 40,000 kids in the Congo work for food in cobalt mines 7 days a week for at least 14 hours a day, all to supply Western companies. Talk about the bountiful gifts of democracy brought by the enlightened West to developing nations. Look, this is the dumbest, I think, argument anyone can always make. They always say, oh, look what the West has done, or, you know, look what these democratic countries have done. Their own countries have done this to them. They have not given them the opportunities to be able to provide for their families without having to work for under $2 a day. That's where it comes down to, right? Yes, it is a greedy democratic countries that send their companies into these places, which just adds to the fire. But it's their leaders that don't look after their own country. And that's also coming from someone who did live in Africa, right? You see in these communities, you meet people who work for little money because there's no other opportunities, right? Now, this is what they had to say on the Joe Rogan show. The guy, he actually got into one of the cobalt mines. You can see the video here, right? So it's pretty bad quality just because it is a bit zoomed in, but you can see there's, and just in this picture, right? There's thousands of people in this picture and they're all mining for the cobalt. Because if you find cobalt, you know, you're getting paid a little bit of money because you found some. So you go and sell it for like a fraction of the price that it should be sold for. And then you get a little bit of money. You can maybe go and buy yourself some bread for the family. Now have a listen.
This is so crazy to see.
This is the bottom of the supply chain of your iPhone, of your Tesla, of your Samsung. I mean, I'm just naming those companies.
Right.
It's all of them, right? All of them. We're not just picking on them. And here's what you need to know, Joe, about this video. I was the first outsider to get into this mine. And that's why it's just a really short video that I was able to take. This is an industrial cobalt mine where there's not supposed to be one artisanal miner. Now, that's the term used for people who are just digging by hand as opposed to tractors and excavators. There's not supposed to be one here. That's what the story is told at the top of the chain. This mine, and I can name it, it's called Shabara. There's not supposed to be one artisanal miner here, according to the consumer-facing tech companies and EV companies buying this cobalt. Lo and behold, I walk into this place, and this is what I see. There's more than 15,000 human beings crammed into that pit.
Absolutely, yeah, that's messed up. You can just see in that picture the amount of people, like you said, crammed in there. And they're supposed to be digging and finding cobalt and in the African sun, and, you know, there's no protection for them. There's no nothing. And like they say, these hire companies are saying this is actually what it's supposed to be like it is here in Australia, where there's machinery, there's, you know, 10, 20 different supervisors, managers, before it even gets to the truck drivers, all those type of things. There's no one digging by hand in Australia. Then you go here, and yeah, it's just sad. But anyway, hopefully it just raises a little bit of awareness if you haven't heard about it. So it's obviously cobalt, and I'll just run through to you what the 10 main uses for cobalt is. So it is more predominant than just batteries, but it is the main use for it at the moment, I'd say, because the amount of things that need batteries, you know, lithium batteries, and also laptops, every single little thing now. So what it is used for commercially: alloys, producing high performance alloys, prosthetics, so people with prosthetic arms, legs, etc., because it apparently this reduces the possibility of allergic reaction and immune response in the patient. So it's actually better for people. So it shows you actually here even where they use it as well, different parts. Jewelry, batteries, which is obviously one of the most. So cathode lithium ion batteries are made using lithium cobalt oxide. Catalysts, pigments and colors. Radiostopic uses, so even sterilization, radiation therapy, it's used. Cobalt-60 is used for it. Biological uses, electroplating, art materials. So it's used for a lot of things, right? This thing is worth a lot of money if mined properly. Why can't they bring safe mines into these countries like the Dominican Republic of Congo? Why not bring it in safely, pay them at least a better wage where in their country they can afford enough food and a place for their family to live safely? That's my only questions. Why can't you do that, right? But what that will mean is that these companies, oh no, they better cut into their billions of dollars they make a year. And that's the sad thing, right? It's the greed part of it comes back into it again. And this is where the countries, if they run that mine properly, they can actually milk these companies for more money. They can say, no, how about instead of paying $2 per piece, you're paying now $4 a piece. You pay them a bit better. You get more miners in there, safer as well. And at the end of the day, you'll make more money for your country. But all those deals are made behind closed doors. There's a reason why in Africa, most of the leaders, eventually one day or another, they're found to have taken a bribe or, taken money for a deal, etc., etc. Unfortunately, that's how it's run in some of those countries in Africa. But yeah, it is what it is. I'll end it on that one day. Hopefully you liked the video. Please leave a like if you did. Comment as well. Let me know what you think. If you do know about this as well, or if you never knew about it, let me know what you think. And also subscribe to see future videos. Thank you for watching.